I transformed this eucalyptus log into a couple of wooden glasses. I'm going to debark this branch of a eucalyptus tree first, and as this has been lying out in the sun for a while, it should come off pretty easily. Once that's done, I can take it to my lathe and set it up for turning. Okay, so this is a branch of a eucalyptus tree. So this is a large enough segment, and I'm looking to create two glasses out of this. A long glass and a smaller whiskey sized glass. Now, eucalyptus is almost never used for wood turning or generally woodworking. It's mostly considered to be an inferior kind of wood. It doesn't have the same strength as your traditional walnuts or the sirish kind of wood that we generally use. But I think we might be able to salvage this and make at least a couple of decent looking glasses out of this. Generally there'd be a lot of holes, as I keep turning this, but I think there are ways to fix that. So let's see how this turns out. Now this log is pretty uneven. The first thing to do will be to make sure I round it over properly before I can mount it on my faceplate and start carving into it. This branch is not very hard, so I can be pretty aggressive with my cuts, just making sure to go slow over any of the areas that have knots. After the branch has been rounded, I mount it on the faceplate and take it back to the lathe for further shaping. I have to remove some more wood to bring down the diameter to about 4 inches, which will be the outer dimension of the glass. I'm using a pencil to mark out the length of the glass, and then using my skew chisel I carve in a deeper line, and then with my spindle gouge I start removing wood from that point. First I'll be carving out the longer glass, which will curve towards the bottom, so I'm using my spindle gouge to work on that shape. I'm using my skew chisel here to smoothen out the surface and to come as close as possible to the final size of the glass. With the outer shape complete, I'm rearranging the tool rest so I can carve out the inside of the glass. Carving out the inside of the glass is a slow process, as I remove a layer of wood with every pass until I've reached the desired depth of the glass. That's the beauty of something handmade. It's not about how fast it can be made, rather how unique each and every single piece is. Carving out wooden glasses from a log means each and every piece is different, as the knots and the wood grain will vary from log to log. This means no two glasses will be identical, and every wooden glass made is unique. After I've carved out the insides of the glass, it's time for sanding and the finish. For the finish, I'm using 3 coats of food safe polish made by ICA. So that's one glass ready. It's time for the second one. The second glass I'm making will be a tumbler similar to a whiskey glass, measuring 2.75 inches in diameter and 3.5 inches in length. After marking out the length of the glass using my skew chisel, I'm removing some wood so that the glass narrows towards the bottom, and I'm adding a decorative lip. My skew chisel and a narrow spindle gouge does most of the work here. After I've completed the outer shape, it's time to carve out the inside of the glass. Eucalyptus logs can sometimes have some residual oil, which can leave marks and cause the surface area to be a little sticky. So it's important to carefully select the logs and make sure that they're dried properly before turning. After I've reached the desired depth on the inside of the glass, I thin out the walls and prep the glass for sanding. I'm going to start with 80 grit sandpaper to remove any oil marks and work my way all the way up to 400 grit for a smooth surface. I'm applying 3 coats of food safe polish to both the inside and the outside of the glass, and once that dries, my wooden whiskey tumbler is ready. I'm using a parting tool and a smaller skew chisel to remove the glass from the remaining wood, and once that's done, I now have 2 glasses from one eucalyptus log. I set out to see if I could make anything useful out of some reclaimed thrown away wood, and this is what I came up with. So this started off life as a thrown away branch of a eucalyptus tree. Now eucalyptus is almost never used for woodworking, but we managed to turn these 2 lovely glasses out of a eucalyptus branch. Now I didn't stop there. I went ahead and made a few more. These both are made from black sirish and there's a strip of birch in there. This is my old favorite, made from solid wood. And here's two other new ones made from patterned plywood. So let me know which one you like best.